what's up? How you doing? Welcome or welcome back. Cellulite and Love Tarot, or Hillary for short. Let's get a collective message today to see what's going on with maybe some stuff that you should know about manifesting or what you're manifesting. Okay, I'm going to put a timestamp in the description box to the start of the reading because first I need to talk to one specific viewer. Keith, if you're watching this, I saw that you placed an order and I'm so thankful, and I didn't realize that I could do a video response to anyone who places an order. And so I got an idea from that, but I didn't want to just do it. I wanted to ask you first. I wanted to get permission before I just did it. But since I can do a video response, if you want me to pull a card for you and to see what the card says for you, I'd be happy to do that. Maybe like a question, or if you just want me to pull a card and see what it says and just tell you what I'm intuitively feeling, I will definitely respond to you on your order with that reading. But I wanted to ask you first. I wanted to make sure that was okay. I'm sure you're fine with it, but it's just important for me to get permission first. I don't want to just drop you with like a mini personal without you looking for that. So if you don't want that, that's okay, but it was just something that came to my mind and I was so appreciative. So let me know. Yeah, you can either comment here or, send me an email or something, but I would love to do that for you since you ordered a mug. I hope that you love it. I actually need to order one of the bigger mugs and see what they look like in person. I have the tiny one, but yeah. So if that works, I actually might change the descriptions. I'll have to take time to do that. It's been really hectic and really busy in my life, but I might change it so that everyone's aware that if they place an order, I will pull a card for them, or they can include in the message, in the note to seller, a specific question, and I will give a 1-card answer for that as a thank you for anyone who places an order. But thank you for ordering that and for your donation. That was so sweet. I would super love to pull a card for you if you so consent. Okay? I would love to do that. Okay, let's jump in. Thank you for your patience. I'm sorry that I went MIA last week. It's funny, the body knows even when the mind doesn't know. I don't keep track of dates very well, okay, and I had a lot of stuff going on personally, but then I just wasn't feeling right, and I was like, I cannot pull cards and do readings whenever I'm having a hard time even feeling grounded for my own self, right? So, as it turns out, my body, my soul, everything was aware that it was the anniversary of my precious grandmother's passing last week. And so obviously I was doing some processing and integrating of that last week, and I didn't even know it until a couple days ago. I didn't realize. So yeah, thank you for your patience. I'm sorry that I just had to leave immediately. Like, I just couldn't get on, but you know what? Let this be a sign to you that no matter what you're doing, your body knows, and it's okay to take a break whenever it's needed and get back to it, because you're loved for you, not just what you do for others. So you're worthy of taking a break whenever it's really needed. Okay, so that was a reminder to me too. Let's get into this reading. Okay, let's get into it. Manifestation Monday, what's going on for you with manifesting. My readings, if you're not aware, my readings are a little bit more personal. They are general, but they do kind of read more personal, so they can get very detailed and specific. So it might not be for everyone, but I hope that if it's for you, you know that. It should just be confirmation, okay? All right, let's see. Spirit, my higher self, my darling's higher self, thank you so much for using me as a channel to guide and instruct. I ask for the most clear and concise messages, information, feelings, and sensations to flow through me for the betterment of my darling and for the highest good of everyone involved. Thank you so much, Spirit. And thank you for being here. Okay, there's something, this just happened in my personal life right now before I started this reading, but I had 3 decks Spirit just retired those decks right now. I spilled my water on them and they are so ruined and bent to the point with water damage. I couldn't save them. So there's something here about recognizing when something spills the beans, someone spills the beans, and when things are just done, okay? That could be a mindset, especially with manifesting. It's like being willing to like just spill and release whatever is from the past. You know, don't logically hold on to the past so that you can move forward with what you want to create, what you should, you know, create for your future. Okay, let's see, Spirit, give me some sacred symbols, oracles here for my darling and their manifestation journey. Wow, these all came out last week. I forget which reading that was. Maybe not all of them, but 2 of them. Nature spirits, meditate, shift, veiled, home on bottom. I'm being told to reshuffle that. Okay. Okay. I'm going to shuffle 3 times and split it. Okay. Split it 3 times and then pull from the top. Got it. No, just split it in half, pull from the middle. Okay, past life, knowledge, karmic path. On the bottom, we have trust. I was just talking about releasing the past. Whenever you become aware of something not working for you, getting aware of what you want moving forward, what you want for your future, and then releasing any past ties to your past, any karmic ties to your past, any karmic storylines. When I say karmic, it's just more lessons, right? More lessons. They're not necessarily good. They're not necessarily bad, depending on how you integrate them. Okay? But there's something here about you deciding what home is for you. Okay? Moving forward, your future should be focused on home. And I'm not talking about a dwelling place. I'm talking about the sensation and feeling of homeness. Feeling at peace, feeling like you have a place to rest, feeling like you have somewhere, you know, for reprieve. That's what your life should be. It's not a place that you walk into and lock the door. It's a state of being. Some people go their whole life searching for that and never feel in place and just, you know, very nomadic. And they don't have an actual place, but they have home within themselves. And that's the key here. Some people stay in one place forever and then they never feel at home. So Spirit is like, okay, what you're manifesting, I want you to manifest. When I say Spirit, I'm talking about your higher self, your oneness with the divine, okay? This is just a message from your other, you know, from a separate vessel of yourself communicating with you something that your specific, you know, mind connection might need right now. But it's all you. You're getting all the knowledge. You have your own wisdom. And then there's extra nuggets from people like me and, you know, philosophers and all of these things. Amazing, amazing ways to learn. But ultimately, it's like you have the power to create home. It's not anyone outside of you. It's your focus. It's your determination. It's your choice, right? And there's something about us gaining that knowledge and then implementing it in a way that releases any past storylines of, I'm getting orphaned, like abandonment, a lack of peace, a lack of security. When you want to manifest knowing that the reality that you want to bring in is not something that you are magically whipping up right now. It already exists and you are aligning with that. It's your job to just know and believe and align with that, rather than knowing and believing and retelling old stories that are gone, past. Okay? Okay, let's see. Trust. Trust. Okay, then we have air there, and I'm getting the thoughts and communication, okay, with air here. Thoughts, communication. And in the tarot, the swords are air, and the court cards are like official documentation, binding things. And I feel like it's very symbolic to how your thought process, what you say, what you speak, what you repeat, the stories you tell, the stories you repeat, the past that you drag along with you by retelling that story, by establishing its dominion in your life is very important. And there's something here about trusting that you can create new thought patterns with belief that allows the releasal and transformation of whatever the hell you've experienced in your life that's been the stark opposite, okay? I don't know why that wanted to come out that way, but it did. Be willing to, it's like the feeling I'm getting is that there is no trust in a better future, no real trust, because you keep retelling your past. You keep talking about it. You keep thinking about it. You keep bringing it up. You keep making it relevant. And yourself, with your desires and the desired reality that already exists if you align to it, is saying, that can't go with you here. Those two don't mesh. Those are two different energies. Who you were, what you experienced before, that person, their behavior, that job, that circumstance has no place in your future. So why are you focusing on that? Because you're just dragging it with you. It's saying, let it go. Let it go. Stop dragging it with you. Let's focus on where we're going. Let's leave that baggage in the past and let's let things transform. Let's be prepared for the way that our minds will believe in miracles, when really it's just you aligning with your God essence into a new reality, into a different timeline, essentially, where you have what you want. You feel the way you want, but it's your focus and your intention. Some of us say that we're intending on a better future, on different things, on a better outcome, on things transforming, but then we're retelling the past and we're keeping it valid. We're keeping it relevant. Are you keeping the past relevant? That's what wants to be talked about today. Let's get some tarot. Okay, Spirit, tell me about this. What is this past life knowledge of this karmic path for my darling and their manifestations? What is this integrating? I feel like you're integrating something. What is it? And how's that going to help them on their manifestation journey? Just go all the way through, get them all out on the table. Okay. It slipped between Three of Cups, but I'm holding it reversed. Disconnection. Ten of Swords reversed. Yeah, my deck's not upside down. Some of you have experienced Judgment upright. Okay. I love the Judgment card because it's a review of the past with a revival mindset, a resurrection mindset from a broader perspective, right? It's like, hello, like an angel in the cloud trumpets, and people are like, oh my gosh, I realize now. Oh my gosh. Wow. What song am I hearing? The Girl All the Bad Guys Want by Bowling for Soup, I think. And when she walks, all the wind blows and the angels sing, but she'll never notice me. She's watching wrestling. Something over tough guys. And interesting. Okay. Life has been hard. And so you've had a hard exterior. I'm going to keep getting these cards out. You've had a hard exterior. And you bring up that past and make it relevant, right? And what we're integrating is a releasal, an acceptance, and a resurrection of our actual consciousness instead of confusion and illusions. It's like we're blaming life for being confusing, but we don't have to be confused by what we see, by what we experience, okay? This is about recognizing that confirmation bias is heavily, like logically, that's what we call it, confirmation bias, but it's what you focus on, what you believe, the stories you tell, you see more of that. Think of it this way. Have you ever heard a word or heard a phrase that you've never heard before, but as soon as you hear it, you be hearing it everywhere? You be hearing it left, right, and center. Every time you turn around, you're like, I never heard that word in 33 years of my life, and now all of a sudden I can't get away from that word. What is this? when it's in your awareness and when you put focus on it, now it's popping up everywhere, okay? So confirmation bias is spirit saying you are making your past relevant. You're making the abandonment, you're making the disconnection, the betrayal, you're making it relevant. And what you're integrating is saying, I don't have to let that be relevant anymore. That was relevant at a time and it had a place in my life, okay? But it doesn't have to be relevant permanently. I can be saved from that. I can save myself from that energy. I don't have to be perpetually disconnected. I don't have to be perpetually betrayed, perpetually disappointed. I don't have to have a perpetually negative mindset. I don't have to be disconnected from people, places, scenarios, comfort, joy, connection. I don't have to, right? 10 of Wands, because look, unfortunately, this is your job, okay? This is your job. You are a deliberate creator. You're manifesting all the time, right now, right now, right now, right now. Your affirmations, what you say, what you think, affirmations are just thought. And when you put the intentionality and the implication behind your affirmations, while you're revising your thoughts, then things change, okay? It feels like a lot of work at first, but honey, it feels like life has already been a lot of work, right? It's already been a lot of work. And you're like, okay, but I don't know how to, am I just supposed to act like that never happened, right? Act like these situations never happened. Am I supposed to act like that? No. I'm going to ask you if you have to let it define who you are and who you're going to be. That's what I'm here to ask you. Does that have to define you? Is there any other person that you can look at? I want you to find a muse of some sort. If you can't find a muse within yourself, I want you to find a muse of someone outside of you, some sort of mentor, some sort of leader in some area that has overcome hardship, overcome their circumstances to some degree, even implemented their circumstances. Not in a way that defines them, but in a way that they work in tandem with that energy to propel them forward, because that's what you have the ability to do that too. Okay? This is what your spirit really wants you to focus on, is a level of empowerment rather than disempowerment. Because it's almost... No, don't say that. Okay, I won't. Let's get into another deck. Let's just see. We don't have to let the past be relevant to who we are in the future. We can optimize it. Yeah. We can optimize it. You can optimize it. Okay? 5 of Wands. Yeah, it's like, it doesn't have to be something that fights against us. And maybe that's the mindset issue, right? It's feeling like you're at odds with yourself, feeling like you're at odds with your life, at odds with your past. Because it's almost like there's this feeling like, logically, I can't create what I want to create. I can't manifest what I want to manifest. I can't win because the odds are stacked against me, right? And in a game of energy, anyone can win, because energy is neither created nor destroyed. It just transforms. And you can transform it. You can. You can transform it. 9 of Pentacles. You can transform it. It's a mindset. Okay, so it's like the difference between... One of the things that, like, I've been trying to implement in my life with manifesting and things is saying, I get to. I get to. Even when things go bad. And I'm not going to sugarcoat and say that this applies for every single circumstance, because no, we're human and I'm going to honor that. And there's as many times as you fall down, you can get back up. So if you fall down a few more times, if you fall down 100 more times, 1,000 more times, you can get back up. So I'm not telling you you can't fall down anymore. That's not what I'm getting at. But the more we integrate these shifts of thoughts, the better, right? I get to replace my toaster that's not working anymore. I get to do that. I get to pick out a new toaster. I've had this toaster for years. Instead of being like, that's another thing that I have to spend money on. That's another thing. That's just another problem. Like, I get to get a new toaster. Ooh, I get to get a new toaster. Okay? I get to make another video that helps someone, maybe. Helps one person. Helps one person. Maybe that person is just me doing what I love. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's someone else. I get to do that. It's not just negative things that you get to do. It's positive things. I get to. I want you to implement that. I get to. I get to overcome my past. I get to be the one who feels empowered. I get to feel confident in my ability to deliberately create my reality. I get to do that. I'm excited to do that. I can't wait to see how much I can do with it, right? Okay, what else wants to come out? Okay, so that wanted to come out. Can you clarify this 3 of Cups reverse, please, Spirit? 4 Cups. Yeah, that's where our mindset's been. Yeah, okay. What's the Judgment card? Ten of Wands. Ooh, healing, miracle working right there with the star on bottom, Aquarius energy. 3 of Wands, Ace of Swords, Page of Pentacles. You're deliberately creating, well, I won't say that. Some of us are not deliberately creating, but we're creating regardless, okay? You're creating a reality regardless. And I want you to step into deliberately creating. I want you to come up with 4 simple affirmations for your self-concept, and then 4 simple affirmations for your circumstances that you want to change, okay? And then I want you to think about what those affirmations imply, okay? Because it does feel like we're very pessimistic because of what life has thrown us. 7 of Swords, 10 of Swords. Yeah. I definitely understand why you could deal with pessimism or a lack of hope for the future. Okay? This is not an easy thing to overcome, but you can, and you deserve to. You get to. What if you told yourself that? A little bit of hope, a little bit of excitement, and I get to overcome my trust issues. I get to be someone who knows what security feels like after not having it. This is where we can integrate the past. I get to feel secure. I get to do that. Oh, that's so awesome, because I know what that felt like when I didn't have that, when I couldn't, right? When I didn't believe that was possible, but now I'm deliberately aware that I can create that for myself. I can make it right? This is the glass half full, glass half empty, right? There's a golden opportunity here and 3 disappointing opportunities here, right? We're not paying attention to the get to side of our circumstances. And Spirit wants you to feel like you get to do what you want to do. And feel that and get excited as much as possible. These affirmations, these 8 affirmations, I want you to set aside time to repeat the first set for 10 minutes at some point in the morning, right? Out loud or in your head. Maybe both. And then do your second set of affirmations. And then as you're doing anything automatically throughout the day, anything where your mind just kind of wanders because you're automatically doing something, washing dishes, vacuuming, driving, anything like that, I want you to repeat those affirmations. And I want you to think about what each affirmation implies, okay? What it implies around other areas of your life, okay? Does that make any sense? I hope that makes sense. So for me, I guess let's use an affirmation. So I am successful, right? I'm helpful. What does it mean to be successful? I feel like I'm making a difference in this world. I help others. I feel empowered in what I do. I feel connected to what I do. I feel like I'm appreciated. I appreciate what I do. Not even just with others, right? I appreciate what I do. The numbers are doing well. Even when it goes down, it goes back up. Like, I'm at peace with the numbers. I'm at peace with the engagement. I'm at peace with the audience. I'm at peace, whatever. Like, plug in what this means for you. But look at what each one implies, okay? Look deeper. So as you're affirming that, and then loop that around, right? But keep it to those base affirmations. And you will transform the way you think. It feels like in these automatic phases, we're automatically going back to a past version of our mental mindset that was focused on what happened to us and then remaking it relevant. And this is where it's like deliberately changing your thoughts, right? It's a lot of work, but you will fix it. You will fix it, okay? And with that fixing of this mindset issue, right? This mindset that's bringing past like disempowerment, making it relevant now, you will feel more empowered than ever, right? The more you focus on what you want, confirmation bias, it will start popping up everywhere. You will see miracles happen. You will believe in them. You'll be willing to wait for them. It won't be so desperate because you're giving yourself that feeling first, right? You're going in with your mind and you're making your mind a place of home, comfort, reprieve. You're not letting your mind be a war field that brings up the worst situations in your life. You're not allowing that, not constantly, right? Chip away at it day after day. It's going to get easier, okay? It really is. Okay, is there anything else that you want to me to do for Darling in this reading, Spirit? No, the energy just like cut off, so I'm going to leave it there. Okay. Maybe I'll get some Moon Witch oracles real quick just to close it out, okay? Spirit, do you have any Moon Witch oracles here for Darling as I close out this reading? I just heard, do it anyway, okay? These affirmations, getting into them, repeating them, thinking about them, really being on the energy of what you want to create, do it anyways. Even whenever it doesn't feel true, even whenever it doesn't feel easy, even whenever you're having a moment, like feel your emotions. Don't feel bad for having emotions. Let out a cry, let out your frustration, and then persist. Persist. Continue getting back into who you're going to be. Okay? You deserve it. You get to. Mirror, mirror. Mirror, mirror. The beauty you see in me is a reflection of you. It's all within you. As within, so without. Everyone and everything is you pushed out. There is no one and nothing to change but self. Self is who you think and believe you are. What story you're telling about yourself. What is relevant. What gets a rise out of you. What triggers you. What you decide places is important. Right? But you get to create whoever you want to be for yourself. You do. And it's not even creating, because every version of you already exists, but you get to choose which version of yourself you're tapping into. Every version of you and your story is already done. It is already created. You have the power to align with whichever story you want, to really focus that, okay? Don't go on autopilot in a story that you dislike. Take control and steer your thoughts, steer your focus, steer your emotions exactly where you need that plane to land safely. Okay? You deserve it. You get to. You get to pilot this plane. Okay? You do. Let's see. We've got 13. Divine Feminine. Step into your power. Step into your power. And then transformation. Shed. Let go. Make room for greatness. Yeah, if you're bringing your past with you, if you're making it relevant, if you keep telling the same stories from your past, if you keep reliving what you've been through over and over and over and over again, re-experiencing it, re-hurting yourself by making it present now, that's not what you want. You get to let go of that. You get to do that. You get to be better. You get to choose better for yourself. You get to treat yourself and your mind with more kindness than your past gave you, okay? You get to. You get to. Yes, just go for it. Just go for it. You get to. You get to be whatever you decide. It's already done. Every version of you. Okay? 8 simple affirmations. 4 for your self-concept. 4 for your circumstances. Think about what they imply. Imagine what they imply. Connect them together. Oh, this one. I am blah, blah, blah because blah, blah, blah. How would those two go hand in hand? Imagine that life. Imagine that scenario. Imagine it. Feel it. Get excited for it. You get to do that. You get to choose. All right? I'm going to leave it here. I hope that this reading was super helpful. I hope that it helps you get your mind on the path that you want it to be on, rather than feeling like you are being flung around by circumstances from the past that don't have to hold you down anymore. I really hope so, because you deserve that. Okay? Tomorrow is Taco Tuesday. We're going to see who's talking about you. I hope to see you then. But if not, that's all right too. Okay? I'm actually going to manifest that you're going to be there, and I'm going to see you there. Okay? Okay, I hope that you have a great rest of your day, a wonderful rest of the week, or a fantastic life. I love you so much. Take care, and ta-ta!